Yeah. We back. Out of bounds on a Sunday. ROCKO Mendelssohn, Haas. Big fight went down last night. One that I didn't see, but you saw.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to give us play-by-play on that. What we going to talk about today? We're talking about Scottie Pippen versus Kevin Durant.
Epic.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're going to talk about Jason Kidd becoming the new head coach of the Mavs. We're going to talk about the Team USA roster and some some comments that Jalen Rose had made. We're going to get into the NBA playoffs, obviously. Yesterday, Suns and Clippers had an old school kind of game.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Yeah. NBA playoffs continue today. We're going to talk about it.
ATL, shawty.
So, if you don't know, if it's your first time with us, you know the drill. Grab your paraphernalia, right? Your Mary Jane.
Nothing below mid-grade.
Nothing below mid-grade. Okay. But we don't discriminate. So if all you got is mid-grade, then welcome to the party, man.
Just let the subconscious know.
Roll up, grab your drinks, come kick it with us on a Sunday. Yes, it's 1 o'clock, we don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Out of bounds on a Sunday. Yeah, out of bounds. ROCKO Mendelssohn, Haas in the building. We here, man. It's Sunday. What is it? The June 27th.
27th.
Yeah. My daughter's birthday's in 3 days.
Uh-oh.
Shout out to her.
It's on the birthday list.
Yeah. But we here though. How was your week, man?
It was good. I think it was pretty laid back. You know what I'm saying?
Chill week.
It was chill week. We a lot of good things in sports. Anticipation for future things that are coming up in sports. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a good overall week. Let me just say that.
Yeah. I agree. I had a pretty kickback week. I mean, when you get to my age, and I'm not going to tell you my age on air, but when you get to my age, you just want to be home. You just want to chill. You just want to relax. The best days are when you ain't doing shit. I actually was.
Don't let that go over your head.
Don't let that go over your head,
please.
Please don't let that go over your head. I actually was revisiting the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the timeline order.
Yo, I'm doing the same shit. I'm up to Iron Man.
Me and Becca. Well, I started doing it, and she, she had not seen, Iron Man. She didn't really start watching these things until she met me. You know what I mean? So
that's crazy. That's the thing.
So we started watching it. I started watching. I started in Captain America, and now I just got to. I finished Thor last night, and on a rewatch. Thor was still, I didn't like it, but it was not as bad. Yeah, the first one. But now we up to Avengers. So
all right, so it's gonna get lit.
It's lit.
It's lit.
Just watch. Yeah, I just revisited Iron Man 1 and 2 back to back because I think it's back to back. You gotta
watch that back to back.
Yeah, man, and it took me back to when that movie first came out and just how the hype surrounding it and everything. It's crazy, but that's crazy that you're doing that too.
Yeah, man.
Great minds think alike.
Yo. One question though: are you gonna watch the Hulk, or you? Because it's hard to find that movie.
It's hard to find. I'm not gonna go looking for it.
Right,
so if I can't,
I said fuck it too.
Can't find it.
I said fuck it.
I will track down the Spider-Man because Spider-Man, kind of is in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. I will track that down, but no, I'm not watching.
See, a good thing about that, which is the only thing that I'm facing is I gotta hook up a DVD player. I have the Spider-Man shits on DVD.
Do you?
Yeah, on Blu-ray. So, but I gotta hook up a DVD player.
Bro, I was just talking about this the other day. Who was in Walmart or something like that, and
Uh-huh.
there was DVDs and stuff. And I was just like, man, I don't even remember the last time I don't own a DVD, and I don't remember the last time I actually purchased a DVD. Is the DVD obsolete?
Fuck yeah. 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 That shit is done with. Like DVDs are the new VHS. It's done. It's done. Yo, streaming is it.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Streaming
But
is it.
but yeah, let's go. Let's get into some it was an interesting sports week.
Yeah.
To say the least. A couple of things happened we're gonna talk about. First thing I want to start is you're not a Philly native, but you're from,
Yeah, I resided.
You resided there for a time. You did a bit in Philly, so I consider you part Philadelphian or whatever the fuck they call themselves. 76ers go they're going home.
Yes.
It was a terrible, yeah, it was a letdown, terrible defeat, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
But first, let me get your thoughts. What do you I mean, before I get into what I want to get into as far as Ben Simmons and stuff, because he's been the hot topic, of course.
Yes.
What are your thoughts as far as the 76ers and that whole fiasco?
I think they definitely are hurting in regards to not going through with that Harden trade, for one. Man. They're hurting. Like, man. That's one. Two, man. They gotta learn that health and luck plays a big part in your success in the postseason. You know what I'm saying? And there's some I got that from somebody on the Up and Smoke shit with Steven Jackson. What's his name? What's the coach name?
Phil Handy, I think his name is.
Yeah, he said that, and he was talking about his Cleveland experience and shit.
Yeah, I actually which is I wanted to listen to that.
Yeah,
I was actually in the process of listening to that,
but he was just talking about health and luck, and the 76ers need that. Like you said, Embiid was playing on a what?
Torn meniscus.
Torn meniscus. Now this nigga down in the shore like a true Philadelphian with his family walking in some Jesus sandals. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
it wasn't supposed to end like that for you, Joel. It wasn't supposed to end like that for you, man.
You know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like, maybe they overamped their second superstar, supposed. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they overamped it. Those three things, but like, which is a lot. But at the same time, it's terrible and disappointing. A letdown. Shit. Y'all niggas.
Yeah. So the 76ers were the number one seed in the East, right? Correct. Number one seed in the East. One of the favorites to win the NBA championship.
Copy.
It was right in there. I mean, rightfully so, and rightfully so. They had a great season. Doc Rivers is a proven coach. I mean,
yes.
Now they say he can't. Yeah. They say he's blown a couple 3-1 leads, and whatever. But Doc Rivers is a respectable coach.
Respectable, yeah. That's a great way to say it.
But yeah, a complete letdown. Ben Simmons did not show up for his team, the quote unquote second superstar that we're talking about here. I think hold on, I had a stat about his numbers in the fourth quarter.
Shit.
Hold on.
This doesn't get any better.
Crap. Here it is. Okay. So Ben Simmons so basically he wasn't taking any shots, any jump shots, or any type of aggressive in any fourth quarter of any game in the playoffs. His free throws was horrible. I think it was a mental thing, but when you don't do something well, and you're gonna get exploited for it on the basketball court. At the end of the day, and that's just basketball, man. That's just basketball. You'd be horrible. You'd be horrible not to take advantage of something like that. But for a superstar, for a quote unquote superstar, if you're the second guy, you know, for a championship contender, you can't not shoot in the fourth quarter. Okay, so here's his fourth quarter stats. Right, these are all fourth quarters between game 1 and game 7.
Okay,
game 1, he was 2 for 2 in the fourth quarter. Game 2, 0 for 0. That means he didn't take a shot, guys. Game 3, he was 1 for 1. Game 4, he was 0 for 0. Game 5, he was 0 for 0. Game 6, he was 0 for 0. Game 7, he was 0 for 0.
Not even, I could have sworn you would say 0 for like 2.
No, that means he didn't take a fucking shot. That means he didn't take a shot in 4 straight games.
Jesus.
As the second superstar on the championship contending, quote unquote contending team.
This is not good.
No. So that I mean, I think the Ben Simmons, I'm be honest with you, I think the Ben Simmons experiment is over in Philly, at least. I'm not saying that the dude can't resurrect his career. I'm not saying that they're even going to trade him. I just personally feel like that experiment has come to a close.
Right.
Okay. This is the new NBA. All right. There's no way you can survive in the NBA if you are not even willing to shoot the ball.
Facts.
It's one thing, okay, if he's in the fourth quarter, if he's going, let's say 2 for 4 or 2 for 5 or 2 for 7 or whatever, you know, but even if he was going 0 for 6, 0 for 7, you know what I'm saying? It's something. At least it's showing that you're trying.
Yeah. It adds a little bit more depth to your so-called skill sets.
Right. You know what I mean? It just looks like you're trying.
Yeah.
So but to not even attempt, man, that's got to be and I saw and so I'm watching the game, and the one play, you know, he's backing down. Who was he backing down? I don't even remember who the fuck he was backing down. It might have been Herder.
Shake?
Nah, it was Ben Simmons. Backing Herder into the paint. He turns around, spins around with the wide open dunk. Open dunk.
Yeah.
Wide open dunk. Yeah. Trae Young is the only person underneath the hoop.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is 6'10".
Yeah.
Trae Young is underneath the hoop, and Danilo Gallinari is on the side. Danilo Gallinari. Okay. So, and he gets up and he passes the ball to I guess Thibault that was cutting.
Yeah.
And Thibault gets fouled, and Thibault misses the free throw, and then it kind of all spirals downhill from there.
Yeah.
I saw that play. Even Joel Embiid saw that play. So Joel Embiid even said it that was the turning point of the play in the game. I think it's over.
Yeah. I
think it's over personally. I don't feel how you can possibly be on a team, you know, like that and not want to shoot. You know what I mean? Not score.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I mean, does it speak well on the effort? Does it speak well, you know what I'm saying? Like you explained before, you know what I'm saying? You want your second superstar to be your second superstar. You want them to add some type of contribution, obviously, and you still have yet to work on your shooting.
The jump shot,
you know, it's a shooter's league.
It's a shooter's league.
It's a shooter's league. Like, we're not asking, well, and I don't mean to say where, because I don't give a fuck about sex business. So let me correct myself. So I recant that. They are not asking you to be this sniper from 3. They know you are not about that. You're not that,
bro. He's scared, and
yo, the 215 is talking too, and there's a whole bunch of ish about, man. Like, Buddy really has, like, there's a whole bunch of scenarios of what's going on with him, and you know, it's not looking good. You can't be in that city and not be like, that city is about that. Like,
Yeah, that's one of the toughest basketballs. That's one of the toughest sports cities. When you think of sports cities, right?
Yes.
You got to think Philly, New York, Boston, and I'm not talking about, passionate sports fans, because they're going to call themselves passionate. And that's fine.
Yeah, that's
but
cool.
I think you're overly passionate sports fanatics.
Yeah, the ones who bleed
the ones that bleed sports are going to come from Philadelphia.
Yes.
They're going to come from New York.
Yes.
They come from Boston.
Yes.
And
Chicago.
Like those, California too. Like those states, those are really the
Texas as well.
Texas too, yeah. But like in terms of like rabid, diehard sports cities, I don't think you're gonna find.
Philly,
I don't feel like you're gonna. I don't think you're even gonna find one more diehard than Philly. Then maybe maybe Boston, but they're a little racist. So I mean, I don't know.
That hinders.
Yeah,
that hinders a lot.
But in that city, man, let me ask you this: is this something you think that he can come back from, as far as playing in that city? Because they're not going to trade him right now.
No,
I don't believe what they did come out and say that they have no plans to trade him as of this moment, which I think is complete bullshit. Which I think is something that they have to say.
Ain't no loyalty to that man.
But just knowing who's at the helm of that franchise now. I mean, the GM of that franchise, Daryl Morey, who was the GM of the Rockets. He's all about shooters.
Facts.
And
he gets the system.
Yeah, he's all about shooters. And and all he was missing was a big man, pause, and he has that. So I don't think Ben Simmons is gonna be in Philly by the trade deadline of next season. That's just my opinion. But is this something but like I said, is this something that you think he could come back from, even if they don't trade him in the offseason, which I don't think they will? Do you think this is something that he could come back from and play in Philly?
No. No. It's not possible. No, it's not.
You think he's getting booed opening night?
Fuck.
You think he's getting booed opening night? They're like, Ben Simmons, boo.
Yo, it's going to be real. It's going to be real. He will get booed. You know what I'm saying? And not only will he get
Philly's
booed,
like that too. They'll do that.
They bout that.
They'll do
Philly is about that. Bro, they've been about that. My father, one of my earliest memories my father has told me about, like, football, is when him and my uncle went down to Eagles and Giants game, and the Eagles lost in like the final minute, and Philly started throwing fucking snowballs and shit onto the field, and like bottles and stuff, like, because back then they served bottles. You know what I'm saying? So like they were throwing trash on the field. It was a snow game too.
I believe it.
Yo,
Philly's crazy,
bro. I watched. I watched my first SWAT team ever in Philly when the Philadelphia Phillies beat the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. I walked from Citi Field, you know what I'm saying, which is in South Philly, up Broad Street, because they shut down the main line, bro. They shut down the orange line. That's the shit that goes north to south on Broad Street. That's the biggest line. They shut it down because niggas was marching. They was flipping cars, torching cars.
Jeez.
I seen my first SWAT team. Like I said, bro, them niggas is that passionate.
I know. And so you don't think he could? I mean, listen, anybody could come back from anything. I don't see it working out in Philly anymore. That's just
he's gone.
That's just my opinion.
And then the 76ers got some fire underneath their ass because they have to get rid of him. Like, they have to get rid of him now. If anybody's going to consider, this Ben Simmons has some potential to change. We believe in our system to change him. They have to do it now. Because if they
listen, Ben Simmons is a 6'10" small forward that can handle the ball, and he's only what, 22?
Yeah, he's young.
He's a young guy. You know what I'm saying? So
23.
it's not, I wouldn't say it's over. I think it's over in Philly.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's completely over for Ben Simmons and his career to change his game.
His work ethic just gotta change.
So there will be a trade market for him if they do decide to trade him. But yeah, Philly's out, man. And Joel Embiid, I mean, it's one thing it's one thing when the world and the outside world is talking about you being shit in the front, in offense, but when your own teammates don't even want to, and Doc Rivers is like, I don't know, and the horse was, I don't know if he can do that. I don't know, but
I feel you.
I don't know. That's it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to deal with as a young guy, but he's young, man. He'll get over it. But continuing with the NBA playoffs. Oh wait, actually, now let me get back to what I was actually getting at with the whole Philadelphia. I think the Philadelphia 76ers, right? They were doing this whole trust the process thing.
Yes,
and and they didn't start the tanking, but they not perfected. I mean, I say perfected, but they went crazy with the tanking. Okay.
Yeah, they were front runners.
Yes.
They were front runners.
So multiple draft picks and putting the worst foot forward to get multiple draft picks in the future. If you ask a Philly fan, was the process worth it? I know they were gonna say yes because they got Joel Embiid, but I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay. Told you they didn't get no better.
A lot of the draft picks that Philly wants you to forget about the draft picks that they had prior to getting Joel Embiid and all the draft picks that they thought were going to be.
I know
the process before the actual dude that they now call the process got there.
I was there.
So I just want to run down a few of the draft picks, since the process was taking place. All right, so I'm gonna go as far back as 2008. I want to say maybe 2007.
Okay.
Because that's when they got Thaddeus Young.
Yes.
Right?
I knew it was
They got Thaddeus Young in 2007. 2008, they got Maurice Spates. Okay. 2009, they got Drew Holiday. Okay. Serviceable player. They got 2010. I remember they got Evan Turner with the second pick overall.
Ohio State's finest.
Second pick overall, they got oh wow. Okay. So then 2011. Okay, so second pick overall in 2010, they took Evan Turner. They took I didn't even know they took Vucevic in 2011. Must have traded him.
Yeah. I remember that.
2012 they had the 15th pick. They went with Mo Harkless. 2013 they had the number 11th pick and they went with Michael Carter Williams from Syracuse. Yeah,
that's another year.
Yeah. In 2014, they had the number 1 pick, and they also had, they had the 3rd pick, and they had the 10th pick. The 3rd pick was Joel Embiid, and the 10th pick was Elfrid Payton, which they traded to Orlando. In 2015, they had the 1st pick. They had the 3rd pick overall. Jahlil Okafor. Sorry, that worked out. 2016, Ben Simmons, 1st overall pick. 2017, Markelle Fultz, 1st overall pick.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, see, you don't even remember, and that was just 2017.
I forgot about Fultz.
It's not even that far off. That was 2017.
That's a J. Cole verse.
2018, they had the 10th pick. They got Mikal Bridges and Landry Shamet with 26th pick. So basically, their picks have been trash.
Mikal Bridges?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh shit!
Which I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
But so the process was all for just one person, basically. Is that worth the lifetime of tanking? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Philly fans, you be the judge of that. I guess if you get the process and then you also get Ben Simmons, I guess it was worth it.
Yeah, I don't get $15 tickets no more though. $15 tickets with a hot dog course and popcorn. Just saying.
Let's keep it moving. We're gonna let's talk about the playoff game last night. Suns and the Clippers game. What game is that? 5?
Game 3.
No, 4. Game 4.
Yeah, game 4.
84 to 80.
Yeah,
victory.
Game 4, you're right.
Who was the leading scorer of that game last night? That was like a low scoring, like an old school NBA on NBC game as far as score. Like That's how. That's
the
the type
first
of
thing I
scores.
remember the music.
That's the type of scores that they use.
Yeah. Leading scorer. Book had 25. Yeah, Book was the leading scorer with 25 points.
What did Chris Paul have?
Chris Paul had 18. Ayton, he's probably the player of the game. He had 19, but he had 4 blocks and 13 rebounds. No,
Damn.
22 and 22 rebounds, 9 offensive, 13 defensive. Yeah, he snapped.
Well, I think it's safe to say. I mean, I think it's safe to say that the Suns will probably go on to win this series. Before we go on to the Suns and their chances, if the Clippers do, end up losing this game, what do you think is in the future for the Clippers?
Not a lot, because they're another team that gave up a whole bunch of picks to get where they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, they hey,
sold the house.
Hold on. You know what? Like Chef G say, wait, hold on. All right, I just have a thing. Which kind of bothers me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is the place to air out,
it kind of bothers me because
these issues.
I know I had to recant on some feelings that I had towards a certain player. You know what I'm saying? And I know y'all gonna say, oh, well, remember he gave LeBron such a hard time when he was in the East. SMD. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of that. I'm tired of ROCKO talked about that conversation last episode. So if you don't know, tune in.
Yeah. Go back and listen to it.
Yeah,
Spotify,
please.
Apple,
please.
the good stuff.
Please. But Paul George shot 5 for 20.
Oh, he went back to pandemic P. Yo, he's the I've never seen this before, right? He can go from one nickname, in one instance to the other nickname. Not even in the same season, in the same game.
Same game. Oh yes, yes. It goes. I'm telling you, there's depth to this. There's depth to this conversation. Yo, he went 1 for 9 from 3-point. He scored 12 points from the free throw, and he missed 6 of those.
Damn, he missed 6 free throws.
Yeah, he's -9.
Damn.
He only scored 23.
Damn.
You're supposed to take over, and you're supposed to be about that, right? Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's pandemic. He's playoff P. I mean, listen, this is what you get when you give yourself a nickname.
Into a pandemic.
You get yourself a nickname and you don't do shit. You get these jokes, and I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad about I don't feel bad about the jokes.
Not at all.
You brought it on yourself. I think I don't know what I mean personally. I don't know what's in the future for the Clippers, but I do. I do feel like Paul George. I mean, he's got a untradeable contract, so they're pretty much stuck in the rut that they're in now.
Stuck with him.
So I don't know. The Clippers' future is kind of up in the air. I mean, who knows when Kawhi is going to be back fully healthy? Who knows if he's going to be even fully healthy? I mean,
facts.
Nowadays, I feel like we take a certain aspect of the game as not being part of the total overall repertoire of a player. And what I mean by that is injuries.
Yes.
Okay. So to me, everybody else is gonna, everybody else measures injuries different. I measure injuries in accordance to the player also. That defines you as a player. Facts. Whether or not you're fucking actually playing.
Health is up.
You know what I mean? Like that I feel like that should define you that should have some semblance on on what you do as a player. Like the best of, I don't know who said this, but the best ability is availability or something like that. Somebody said that.
Best ability is availability.
Yeah, somebody said that. I'll Google that at some point.
Or y'all Google it.
Yeah. But yeah, and I mean, we consider Kawhi Leonard one of the best players in the NBA, and he is when he's on the court.
Right.
Right. How long is, you know what I mean? Like, how long are we gonna get a fully healthy Kawhi next year? Are we gonna get Kawhi that plays only a certain amount of games
The rest of Kawhi.
to rest? And you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we getting next year in terms of that? You know, I feel like that's part of. I feel like that should be a part of how you think of a player, whether or not he can stay on the court or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when you evaluate guys like, you know, injury prone guys like Anthony Davis, you know what I mean? Even Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, you know what I'm saying? Like guys like that. I feel like that should be part of how we measure, you know, players, like if you're playing or not.
Facts. That's a big fact. That's a big fact. And then, like, with that being said, like we were first starting the conversation off with, like, what are the Clippers going to do? This just popped up in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Will they have enough money to sign like somebody who can take the place of Kawhi, like, or even fill that void?
No.
They
would have to trade.
No, yeah, they would have to trade, and they don't even have that.
They don't have that in them. They don't have no. They don't have anybody. They don't really have any assets to trade. To be honest with you,
they don't. So you're gonna have to sign somebody in free agency, and you're gonna have to. I mean, it's not that many popping free agents out, but like, would DeMar DeRozan consider coming home? Well, I'm not. I think he is.
I don't even think he's from LA, but they can't even sign him. They
can't.
They have no cap room because their cap is literally tied all into
Kawhi and PG.
And
well, I thought that's what the extension, because the extension was like, but 258, 225
for who?
Paul George.
I think so.
So that extent that frees up, like, it got to free up a couple of million.
Yeah, but I don't know if they. I mean, listen, anything's possible. I mean,
DeRozan's old, so maybe he gets the veteran
minimum. He ain't gonna get that.
My nigga, he's old.
I know, but he ain't that old.
For real? Right.
He's still.
I was saying, we know him, but he ain't done shit, so he old. You know you feel me?
That is true. That is true.
He's old.
Game 3. What game is this? Between the Hawks and the
Game 3.
Game 3 today.
Yes.
What time is that? 7:00, I believe. Tonight between the Hawks and the Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh wait, before we even continue to that,
TNT 8:30.
The Suns. Do you feel are they going to be the favorite to win the championship, regardless of who comes out of the East?
No, they're not going to be a favorite. I mean, not to take anything away from Book and Ayton and CP3, but like, I take that back. If Atlanta comes out the East, then yeah, they'll be the favorite. But if the Bucks come out the East, they're gonna go with the 2-time MVP just because he won that title, 2-time MVP. They're not gonna consider, you feel me? They're not gonna take in consideration for anything else that the Bucks fell short of. You know what I'm saying?
Even deserve it. That's why I'm rooting for Trae Young, man. I know they got slaughtered in the last game. I get it.
Was bad.
But
bad.
But I want Ice Trae, man. Let's go, Ice Trae. You know what I'm saying? Ice Trae get I got a new respect for Trae Young, man.
Facts.
And we're gonna have to have at some point some sort of conversation about the whole Trae Young Luka thing, because they're always going to be tied together because, you know, they got traded for each other,
right?
And the hype surrounding them too, and everything like that. But at some point we're gonna have a little chat, man. People don't like you know, and at first I didn't like, not that I didn't like Trae Young, his game, the way he played. People were like, oh, he's annoying, but I mean, like, he's not annoying. You just got to stop it. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, fucking, and you can't. Like, what are you can't. What are you gonna do? You can't stop him.
Shout out to Shaq.
Like, stop him. Like, if he's annoying, fucking stop him. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm rooting for Trae Young.
Word.
I'm rooting for the Hawks to kind of get, and they got Kevin Huerter, man.
Man.
Damn, I forgot the dude's name, man. I'm gotta find that video. He looks like the dude that's never gonna leave you up. Yeah, he looks like that dude. So I'm rooting for I'm rooting for the Hawks, man. But yes, they got killed last game.
It was bad.
It was pretty bad. I didn't even watch it. Let me be honest with you. I didn't watch it. I saw the score and I just did. It was like, I'm not watching.
I seen somebody put up a $20 bet, won like 7,000.
Fuck.
Because they predicted basically everything, like him not to hit more than 2 threes, him not to score over 20 points. And
He was on
some
a tear
else.
too. You got to be bold. I mean, not bold, but you got to. I mean, shit.
Those bets that you gotta just put out.
I know,
you know what I'm saying?
man.
Like, you
you
really
probably
gotta
had
look
mad
at the
other bets
analytics.
before that too. Fuck.
But
That's some
hey,
funny shit.
he got his money back though. I bet you that.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but yeah, that game 3 goes down tonight. 7:30 TNT, Hawks, Bucks. I don't like the Bucks. I don't like any of this that's going on right now. Listen, only way I'll be happy is if Chris Paul gets a ring.
that's a fact.
That's the only way I'll be,
That's
I'll
a
be
fact.
content with what's going on. Because I don't really care. I don't really have any loyalty, to any teams in this shit. And I think the Bucks are just, I don't like them. I think they're overrated. I think people overrated Giannis a long time ago. And he's probably gonna win the championship this year. But I don't think they deserve it. So I'm not fully invested into this series whatsoever. But we'll see. Game 3 goes down tonight. Trae Young, let's go, Ice Trae.
Ice Trae the game.
Let's talk about. All right, before we get into let's talk about the so Team USA. So okay, we're gonna get into that.
Okay.
The roster spots for Team USA have been the finalists, I guess.
Yes.
Have been selected for the games in Tokyo, which I didn't even. So I had like a I don't know, maybe it was just like a not in the, I don't know, call it a stupid moment or whatever. But
okay.
When they said Olympics, I was like, wait, that's this year?
I know where you're going with this.
I didn't know they were even talking about this year. I was like, wait, that's like summer?
Yeah.
And then I remember like it was supposed to be last summer.
Right.
But yeah, I was like, damn, really? I was like, Olympics. Wow. I just started hearing about it. I'm like, oh, they must be talking about it for like next year or something.
Right.
And it's like, oh, this year. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, man.
But but go ahead. Run down the list of the finalists selected. Now this ain't no this ain't no dream team or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I think those days are over. People gotta stop like crying about that. Yeah, like just stop crying about that. That's not happening anymore. Like the dream team and even the redeem team, that's over with. So but go ahead, run down the finalists.
So we got KD, got Dame Time, got Book, got Jason Tatum, got Big Bill, Zach LaVine, Kevin Love.
Oh yeah, we gotta get to that.
Yeah. Draymond. We got Bam. I can't even say his last name.
Adebayo.
Yeah, thank you. We got we got Chris Middleton. We got Drew Holiday. We got Jeremiah Grant.
Jeremiah Grant.
Yeah. Okay. Yo, before we even, you know what I'm saying? He had a brother, right?
Yeah.
And the Knicks drafted him, right?
He's Yeah.
He went to Notre Dame or Louisville. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I hold on.
Yo, I'm telling you,
he definitely did. I just don't remember.
I'm trying my best not to look it up, but you know what I'm saying? Like this is one of the things because I'm just trying to, because I know Drew Holiday has the whole brother system. You know what I'm saying? Both his brothers is on Indiana.
Yeah.
But I know Jeremiah Grant also has a brother. I don't know. It's just mad weird. Once I seen this list, besides the Kevin Love stuff.
So that's for the finalists for the how many people are on that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 12-man roster. 13.
There's 13 people. So that's the team that they're going with.
Yeah. He's the finalist.
Okay.
He's a finalist.
I mean, so the anybody that you feel like, I mean, I know where we're gonna go with that, but anybody who you feel like shouldn't have gotten onto that team or don't deserve a spot, and as like and then like all the Olympics like really a big deal anymore to like, as far as like basketball is concerned, it's like a big deal anymore.
I don't think it's a big deal anymore because we just all know, we're all aware that international play is like, it's out there, it's a thing, And there are players who participate overseas that are about that and can be superstars in our league where it really counts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna call it for what it is. So, you know, we're going to see a lot more Luka Doncic stories where a homeboy was balling with grown men at the age of 14 and became an MVP and a champion at 16. We're going to see a lot more of those because that's just the way it works. You feel me? That's just the way it works. But besides the obvious, I mean, I think I'm just gonna say Jeremiah Grant doesn't need to be on there.
Yeah, that was like a odd, I mean, selection, I guess.
I mean, he did. All right, the Pistons got the #1 pick this year. Okay. And they got rid of Blake Griffin, who they were, I guess, invested in. And obviously it didn't pan out. And now you got Jeremiah Grant because Denver gave him up for some reason. I don't know for who or if you signed him in free agency because I don't give a fuck about Detroit basketball. Like, this is done. You don't got that's done. That's gone with the wind. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got Jeremiah Grant, and he did put up good numbers. He had a
pretty decent.
He had a good season. So, like, he could get one of those. It's like a weird number, like 48 million or like maybe like $85 million contract.
That's crazy.
He can get that. Solomon Hill got 44 million from the Atlanta Hawks. Solomon Hill. A lot of people, y'all still don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
So in not around the sports world, but so there's of course Jeremy Grant is one, but also so there was a little talk about Kevin Love being on this team, and you know, the fact that USA basketball might have a you know, they put him on the team because of, you know, token being a token white guy.
Yes.
Let's be honest, putting it out there, being a token white guy. You know, Jalen Rose had an example, which I have the actual video. The audio. So we're gonna play that real quick. Audio from Jalen Rose, and then we'll talk about it.
I'm excited about the roster, and I assume and I know we're gonna win the gold. But I'm disappointed in something. As I do this show every day, I do it in front of a picture of Tommy Smith and John Carlos raising their fists at the Olympics. I also know the favoritism that Christian Laettner was shown when he got a chance to be put on the dream team ahead of Shaq and Alonzo, but they made it so that a college player could even get on and gave him favoritism. But this level of, and I got a word for it, Kevin Love is on the team because of tokenism. Don't be scared to make an all-black team representing the United States of America. I'm disappointed by that. Anybody that watched the league this year knows Kevin Love did not have a stellar season, was not the best player on his team, and did not necessarily deserve to be on this squad. And I'm not going to take him off the squad and not put somebody else on it. I'm going to tell you whose spot that should be. That should be a young man that was born in the Bahamas, that is a McDonald's All-American, played in high school and college in Phoenix, Arizona. DeAndre Ayton should have Kevin Love's spot. And I'm disappointed in Team USA for not having the courage to send an all-black team to the Olympics.
All right.
Yeah.
So I agree. I fully agree with what he, you know, with everything he said in terms of, you know, them putting Kevin Love on there because they were afraid to send an all-black squad to Tokyo.
Yeah.
It did happen, you know, in the dream team, you know, over Shaq and Alonzo.
I didn't even know those were the names.
I didn't even know that either until I did, you know, and when I heard the quote, and then I went back and did a little research and stuff like that and looked at that, and, you know, apparently those were the, you know, the guys that he got in over. But yeah, it's like it's weird, man. Why, you know, why I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and you pick the best players, of course.
Yeah.
To go over to the Olympics, of course. Right. But I do think it does say something when I feel like we have to have the white guy.
Yeah.
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 But
and we got to point out, like, I'm saying, like, we got to, before we can state our position, we always have to justify our reasoning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which is crazy.
I'm just going to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Like, it may seem like a color bias, but it's not that, bro. Like, it's not that at all. But I just want to take away the contradictors of this conversation, the ones who feel opposite. Like, oh no, Kevin Love is da 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 da. He's a world champion. He's a NBA champion, whatever. And look what he did in Minnesota. Y'all gonna say all of that.
Of course.
The one thing y'all can't say is his experience. Like, you can't, because a lot of people love to say, oh well, he's a veteran and he has that experience. You can't say that because Kevin Love's only been a part of Team USA in 2012. There's only 2 other players who've been on this roster and have experience. That's Kevin Durant, 2-time experience, which is more than Kevin Love, and Draymond Green, which has the same amount of experience, 1 year.
Didn't Barton play too? Oh, but didn't Barton only play in the FIFA? Then he didn't play with them, Harden?
No, he did, but he's not.
He's not on this. He's I forgot that motherfucker.
Yeah,
he's hurt.
He's not on this team. But
I'm tripping. Like, I forgot.
And Draymond Green has the same amount of experience as Kevin Love, but it's more recent. It's 2016, which is the last. So you know what I'm saying? He's a little bit more in depth than Kevin Love. Kevin Love's kind of out of, come on, we're 2021. You know what I'm saying? So he's had a long wait. And I'm saying it's 7 years. So come on, 8 years. Excuse me. Oh, 9. 2021, 2012. Yeah, 9 years.
9 years.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, his experience expired. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
yeah. I mean, look, I
can go a whole bunch of names and you need to be on the team before fucking Kevin Love, bro.
Listen, I mean, regardless of, it's an interesting thing that we're still in this. Not that I expect any less of the humans and stuff like that, but it's just crazy that we're still in this instance where we just we feel like we have to put the the white guy on the US Team USA. God forbid we send an all black squad over there, Team USA. But hey, listen, I just found out the Olympics was this year, so what do I care? We're gonna shift gears real quick. We're gonna talk about I'm gonna just preface it with this, right? Before we even talk about our next topic. That this is the least amount of baseball I've ever watched in my entire life, which means that I've literally watched zero amount of baseball.
I feel you.
Okay. I've seen none of baseball. I've watched highlights. I've seen highlights. I watch highlights. So I'm in the know about what's going on. But I don't watch baseball this year. I feel like I'm just growing out of baseball, just enjoying the sport.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm just growing out of it. But I do find like the gamesmanship to be more interesting. And then by gamesmanship, I mean cheating. Okay, so I just find that to be a little more interesting than all the other, all the other stuff that actually goes. And Shohei Ohtani, of course. But these, that's it.
Shout out to Vladimir.
Yeah, and Vlad Jr. too, man. That's just crazy. Like, I used to watch Vlad Sr. with no gloves on,
bro.
Hit home runs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Guerrero family prospering, bro.
But yeah, so now recently the MLB has instituted its substance policy, or foreign substance policy, which means that the pitchers were using substance to get a grip on the ball, quote unquote.
Yes.
It was one of those things where everybody was basically fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
For a long time.
for a while. And the pitching numbers was and you know and so now this all brings like a big, you know, this all bringing like a big debate in baseball circles as far as like was this substance making pitchers that much better? And you know, and now, you know, without it are the same pitchers that we thought was
about that,
you know, was about that life. Are they really not about that life?
They not about that,
you know. But the foreign substance policy took effect last week. I think they said it's 10 days you get, but there's no, you see, that's a problem with baseball, right? There's no real consequences for anything you do.
Nope.
So the Astros cheated to win the World Series, but none of their players got any, you know, any penalties or anything like that. I mean, so at the end of the day, you ain't really, they still won a World Series. You know what I'm saying? They still have that and they still playing. So baseball's
or nothing.
Foreign substance policy, I guess, is 10 days with pay suspension, which makes absolutely no sense.
No sense.
But so far, I mean, I have been watching, you know, the highlights and stuff, and I've just seen everybody just getting so upset that they're getting checked. Oh my God, what? Me? Don't check my hands. And these niggas, the dudes is like taking off their pants and shit, like all type of baby shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's acting like a fucking 5-year-old because they get fucking checked for some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like a bitch.
It's fucking stupid, and it's fucking comical at the same time. So this is the only reason I'm watching baseball now, is because I want to see like who the fuck can act, you know, the craziest.
Who gonna act
you know
out?
what I'm saying? Yeah. So one thing I also noticed now is that folks snitching. Niggas is snitching.
Talk about
Joe
it.
Girardi.
Talk about it.
Calling you out.
Joe
Girardi is the coach of the manager or whatever of the Phillies now, right?
Yes.
And they were playing the Nationals, and Matt Scherzer was throwing hot lava at them. Okay.
Yo, I never knew the Phillies sucked that much. Like they're bad.
And they got Bryce Harper, man.
Yeah, they're bad.
Bryce Harper, bro. I like Bryce Harper, man.
Yeah, Bryce Harper's cool.
He played for the Washington.
The Phillies are bad.
They trash.
Yo,
so
Scherzer was OD.
So Scherzer was wilding on them, throwing hot fire flock of flame at them.
Oh my God.
And Joe Girardi was like, "Hey man, check him. Check him. He's got to be doing something. There ain't no way he's throwing by my hitters like this." And he made the umpires check him, man. Yeah. Joe Girardi, man. Do better, bro.
Yeah,
do
you gotta chill, man.
And it's not even, and I think, and so I saw like a couple of highlights where like, and like other people were doing it too, like people just pointing out, you know, like snitching, man. Like, come on, man. So all y'all was doing this whole time, and y'all wasn't snitching on each other then.
Facts.
But now
it's a thing.
Now it's a thing. Now everybody wants to snitch on each other.
Like y'all forgot about steroids.
Yeah, bro.
Like, come on. Is it really?
And let's not and
apples and oranges, or is it?
And see, this is where like, see, I'm one of I'm probably in the minority where I think like they should allow steroids in baseball, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because during the steroid era, like that was like the best era of baseball, right? Like,
bro, it's as like much as attitude era of WWE.
That's what I'm saying. Like, as much as y'all want to front, as much as everybody, oh my God, this TV, shut the fuck up. Like, dudes was hitting home runs into rivers. Like, what the fuck?
Numbers was astronomical,
bro. Like, you couldn't fucking turn on the game without Mark McGwire hitting the fucking home run, 4 home runs. Barry Bonds got no neck, hitting fucking 4 home runs like
tankers.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Let them cheat. You know what I'm saying? Let them cheat. All right. Baseball was way better when niggas was hitting home runs into rivers. Right. Okay. All right. Let them cheat. Put steroids back in baseball. I don't care about that shit, man. I don't care what you do after. Listen, I don't give a fuck. If you want to take steroids, fuck up your body, I don't care. But if you want to blast home runs out of the park, do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it, please. Do it, and then, you know what I'm saying, have your fun, and then, you know.
And everybody was doing it. Like when during the steroid era. Everybody was doing it. Pitchers, Some
Some
form.
type of form. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
That was the best time in baseball. They acting like, and if you talk to baseball, that's probably when they made the most money jersey sales because everybody was smacking home runs. Baseball, come on, man. Baseball was way popular.
That McGuire Cardinals jersey, like it basically, it eradicates his Oakland A's days when he was really wilding.
He was really wilding, like
really wilding, like. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like niggas don't even know about those days because they know about McGuire and him and Sosa going back and forth.
Dude, I remember those that home run race, bro. Every time you turn on the TV, Sammy Sosa hit another home run.
Right.
Mark McGuire, home run.
Everybody was talking about it.
You know what I'm saying?
ESPN.
Everybody. Sammy Sosa.
New York sportscasters was reporting on that, bro.
Oh yeah.
Come on. Steroids. Come on.
Put steroids back in baseball, man. Stop being a bitch. Sammy Sosa, I remember he was he had that stupid game. The stupid game that came out for Nintendo 64. No, he had this. He was getting like all these endorsements.
Yeah.
He had that stupid game.
Yeah.
I forgot what the fuck it was called, man.
That's how old we are.
That's stupid. Just stupid fucking game. He couldn't even speak. He could barely speak English. He was on a commercial.
He still can't.
Man, I know. He's like white now. He's like almost white, right?
He's bleached out. I don't know. He's wearing contacts too. I reckon. You know what I'm saying? Like who is Sosa?
Maybe that's why they don't want you to do steroids. Maybe if you do steroids later on, you like start bleaching your skin.
I don't know. Yo, bleaching your skin and Razor Ramon is like the worst like you can get, bro. That razor's edge just never be the same. It's bad, bro.
NWO for life, though. NWO for life. Wolf back. But yeah, that the MLB foreign substance policy is probably the only reason I'm gonna watch baseball.
Yeah.
For now. And stop snitching, man. Like, stop snitching. All right, stop snitching in baseball. Okay,
don't be that one.
Don't be that guy, Joe Girardi.
Right.
Let's shift gears. We're gonna go back to basketball because I feel like there's too much. There's a lot of.
It's a lot of basketball going on. Come
on. We're gonna talk. Let's talk Pippen versus Durant.
Okay.
Let's talk. Pippen. I don't even know where this thing even started. I think it started when I think Scottie Pippen has a cognac coming out, or it's out. Maybe it's coming out or whatever. So he's been doing the rounds.
Oh, that's his shit.
Yeah, I think it's called like Digits or something like that. I don't know, some shit.
Why the fuck would you call cognac Digits?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's what he's called it. I don't know. That's what he's called it. Watch, I'll show you right now. But yeah, he's coming out with a cognac called Digits, and I guess he's like doing his rounds.
Okay.
In terms of promotion and stuff like that. Bourbon, my bad. Not bourbon. Yeah, bourbon.
It still was like, why the fuck would you call it Digits?
Yeah, I don't know. But so he was. I guess he did an article with GQ and it made LeBron, of course, LeBron and
KD
comparisons. Do you have the quote? What exactly he said?
Let's pull it up
because I could. I could paraphrase. I just don't know exactly what he said.
All right. Well, Pippen viewed things a little bit differently. He told Times the first time we really seen Kevin Durant have to be the man and bring the team home. He suggested LeBron James would have won the series with team basketball. KD can score better than LeBron, probably always have been able to, but he has surpassed LeBron? Nah, Pippen said. He tried to beat the Milwaukee Bucks instead of utilizing his team. You see what I'm saying? LeBron James would have figured out how to beat them, and he wouldn't have been exhausted, and he may not have been taken the last shot. But LeBron ain't KD, and KD ain't LeBron. KD is a shooter, a scorer, but he doesn't have what LeBron has. That's not gospel. I don't know what it is. Don't get me wrong. King James version 2, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got it in the crib. But Pippen is coming with some bars.
Listen, I can't disagree with what he's saying. Okay,
Right.
all right. So I know you guys
Right.
out there, you know, man, God, he loves LeBron. Oh my God. Yeah, whatever. Okay, I don't disagree with what he said. You know, it is the, you know, he did say something else about, which was kind of crazy, which he said LeBron wanted with doing it by himself or something like that, which was wrong. You know what I mean? Like then he's, you know, he's kind of wilding. But anyway, KD took it offensively, of course, like he takes everything, because KD is the most sensitive athlete, you know, on in athletics right now. And of course, he took offense to it, because he takes offense to anything, you know, remotely. If you tell him that he's not better than LeBron, you know, he takes offense to that. You know, even though he's not, you know, you guys want to say he is and all that stuff. Best in the world.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but he's not. And then
ahead.
that's the no. We can, you know, whatever. We can get to that.
The real no
time, but
the real no.
So of course he got sensitive, and instead of, I mean, but I do commend KD. I do commend Kevin Durant though, for two things. One, I mean, as a hooper myself, you know, as a former hooper or whatever, I you know, I wouldn't want to say if anybody was better than me either. So that's one. And number two, I got to give him a round of applause for actually using his account this time for tweeting instead of the burner account.
Oh, good old burner.
Appreciate you for doing that. But go ahead and read the tweet that he sent out from his account, not the burner account, even though he probably sent out some tweets from his burner account, and we just don't know that those are his burner accounts.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I digress.
So Kevin Durant responds with a tweet on June 24th at 4:55 p.m. Didn't the great Scottie Pippen refuse to go in the game for the last second shot because he was in his feelings? His coach drew up a play for a better shooter. Double question mark. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
it's true.
Yeah, that's true. It is true.
It was in The Last Dance.
It is true.
Y'all saw it as well as I did.
It is true. Listen, I think the whole thing is, I think the whole thing is petty, man. I mean,
it's a reach on Scotty's because he's
it is
fucking promoting a bourbon.
It is, I know.
You had to use LeBron's name. Let's not shy away from the truth. You had to think of something that would be so controversial to get somebody to say, "Oh, this is not proper number 12. This is digits." Like, come on. This nigga reached. he reached so bad. He could have went about this in so many different directions. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But he chose LeBron because LeBron's obviously the talk of. He's LeBron.
Everything, man.
Yeah,
if
everything.
Come on,
you
guys. If it's not about LeBron, it's not about the NBA. So.
Y'all motherfuckers is worried about his injury. Y'all not worried about July 18th?
Yeah.
Space Jam?
Yeah, Space
Y'all
Jam.
not worried about that?
Space Jam.
Come on.
Space Jam.
Come on.
Gonna be the best movie.
Y'all not worried about him
awards.
What this is what anniversary from he started the school in the first inaugural class.
I think it's
graduated college, whatever.
I gotta look at that. I don't remember.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all not
but they're not gonna
talk
about that because it's not. It doesn't fit the narrative.
Yeah,
people don't care about that. People only care
about
and people don't even care about. People don't care about anything as long as you. They only care about shitting on LeBron. They don't really care about anything other than that. So. None of that stuff's gonna matter.
That's a fact, and we know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not going to spend time.
Yeah,
because y'all know too.
Yeah, I know, but they'll disguise it as something else or whatever. But
deny.
But yeah, still. So Scotty, I mean, if you're Kevin Durant, do you really need to be responding to to stuff like that? I mean, do you really get that butt hurt over somebody saying that? I
guess it depends on what character you want to play. You know what I'm saying? And if he wants to, because he doesn't have to. The answer is he doesn't have to.
Really doesn't.
But we know him to choose to. So therefore, it's just like, you want to be that person? We're going to see you as that person, and you just keep, like, you're not even doing anything to contradict that. You're just adding fuel to the fire. Okay, so that's you. Now we know you as the dude. He gets mad and gets in his feelings and decides to voice his opinion
on
Twitter, sometimes through his regular account, most of the time through his burners. You know what I'm saying? Come on. So come on. You know what I'm
saying? Listen, man, we gotta stop being so damn as like athletes and ball players and stuff. These guys stop being so damn sensitive, bro.
Yeah, man. It's not.
You know what I mean? It's not really that serious, man. Who gives a fuck, bro? All right. At the end of the day, who cares, man?
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, Scottie Pippen, and Scottie, you know, Scottie has some issues on his own too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think Scottie's at a point now where he just don't give a fuck, man. Like, you know, at the end of the day, like, imagine, you know, everywhere you go, they're asking you about Michael Jordan, everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan this, Michael Jordan that. I don't feel the same way too. Thinking like,
I'll be mad.
You know what I'm saying? That my ex-wife dated basketball players and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm saying,
all my wife at the time, I guess she was his wife. Dating rappers, you know, Future and stuff. Yeah,
she wasn't dating Future. She became a part of one of the biggest punchlines in hip hop currently.
So I would, yeah. So man, let Scottie do what he do, man.
Y'all wear Gucci
let Scottie do what he do. You heard? Let Scottie do what he do, man. Leave Scottie alone, bro. Let Scottie chill, man. Yeah. Y'all don't know what Scottie Pippen going through, man. Leave him alone. Let him do what he's gonna do. All right. Kevin Durant, I'll be his bitch. Who cares?
Yeah.
Chill. So you wanted to talk about something.
Okay. Yeah.
So DeAndre Ayton has said something in reference to his class being the best draft class or something like that. But so now so yeah, go ahead. We explain what did he say? He said that they had the best draft class because they won a game, because he won a game or some shit.
No, he's just saying.
Oh, he was just saying that.
He was, his draft class is one of the best, and his draft class is the Trey, Luka, 2018. Trey, Luka, Michael Porter Jr., Colin Sexton, Shai Gilgeous, Alexander. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
I mean,
nah. At least not yet. Nah.
I'm just saying what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like Kevin Huerter was in there, Lonnie Walker, Gary Trent Jr., Dante DiVincenzo,
White Dante.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Marvin Bagley III.
Nah, he didn't make a good case. Either way, Knox. It made us think about the you know, what actually are some of the best draft classes you know, ever. So you know, go ahead and we're gonna run down some of the. There's no in no order. Just I guess, you know, some of the best draft classes ever. Not the draft class that this nigga DeAndre Ayton talk about. I don't know what he talking about.
He said he was the best ever.
Yeah, they were.
So, you know, I mean, the first that comes to mind for me, and I'm not sure if you want to.
Oh yeah, man, that's easy. That's
you know
easy.
I'm saying 96 is crazy.
96 is bananas.
Is bananas, and we know why. It's no need to waste time.
Yeah. But just run down a couple of just let them know.
DeAndre,
if you're living under a rock, or
he's saying his draft class was better than 1996.
shout out to Big Fan Breezy. He hold on real quick. Shout out to Big Fan Breezy. He's on the check-in telling me Kyle Kuzma is my idol. I hate Kyle Kuzma, by the way. But go ahead.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because I call KD a bitch.
Oh,
yeah.
Copy. All right, so he's saying it's better than 96, which features Kobe, AI, You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on,
I don't
man.
even need to do
Yeah,
more.
you don't even do
He's saying it's better than 2003, which is LeBron, Dwayne,
that's
Melo,
Now,
Bosh.
see, that 2003 draft class is the sacred draft class for me.
Okay.
Like that's just where, like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, like that was when, like, you know, even if you look back on it, there ain't that many great players that are still, you know, doing their thing in the league or whatever, or you know, went on to have like phenomenal careers. But just that draft class alone was amazing.
Okay.
That holds a special place.
Yeah, it
in my
definitely
heart.
does. Definitely does. 2003 was what a time. 84, he's saying is better than MJ, Kareem, Charles,
Come on,
John
man.
Stockton.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying? You know. I don't really know too much about 87, but
Who was in 87? Man?
David Robinson,
Damn.
Scotty, Reggie,
damn,
Kenny Smith.
Yeah. DeAndre Ayton, shut the fuck up. All right.
Mark Jackson.
All right. We ain't gonna spend too much time with your bullshit. Shut the fuck up.
So you know, it's better than that.
What who's in 2009?
We got Blake, we got Steph, James Harden, Drew Holiday, Danny Green, Patrick Ugly Bev, Pat Mills.
That wasn't bad.
Grizzlies took Tyreek Evans. Oh my God, Philly.
Man,
Roman Catholics stand
Evans.
up. Roman Catholics stand up. You know what I'm saying? Memphis Tigers. You know what I'm
Tyreek
saying?
Evans. He was nice.
You know what I'm saying? So, 98. Can't forget about 98, man.
Oh yeah, 98 was
Vince,
crazy too.
Pierce, Nowitzki, Bibby, Jason Williams,
yeah.
Rashard Lewis.
Yeah,
You know
yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that was a good drive too.
Yeah, it was a good draft.
98 was a pretty solid draft.
I mean,
what draft is that?
85.
Who's in that one?
Patrick Ewing, Xavier McDaniel, Chris Mullen,
Xavier McDaniel.
What's his name from the Sonics? Detlef
Shrimp.
Karl
Malone. That was not a bad draft.
Karl Malone, yeah. Joe Dumars.
Oh, Joe Dumars.
Yeah. Blazers picked Terry Porter. You know what I'm saying?
That was not a bad draft.
No.
But DeAndre Ayton, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
all right?
you'll want to
the draft ain't nowhere near being as good as those drafts. One more basketball note before we go on to review some TV and get up out of here. Jason Kidd,
yes,
is set to be the new coach of the Mavs.
Yeah.
And Chauncey Billups apparently is set to be the new coach of the Portland Trail Blazers.
Hey,
what do you think about these two hirings? What do you think about?
I think both of these hirings are great hirings. 1, 2, I think the Blazers actually have a chance in keeping Dame time with Chauncey at the helm. I think he's a great Mr. Big Shot. You know what I'm saying? He's been to a place where Dame hasn't, and that's the championship. That's the finals. They both played the same position, and Chauncey Billups doesn't get Mr. Big Shot that nickname from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chauncey Billups had that scat, bro. Like,
Chauncey was nice.
He was nice.
Was that dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unfortunate that that Denver team that he was on when they traded him for AI wasn't able to get a little bit further, because that's when I think they got like the furthest in their playoff runs with Melo. Chauncey Billups.
Yeah.
I think they actually got to the Western Conference Finals. I think and they lost to the Spurs.
I vaguely remember that.
You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
But anyway, Chauncey Billups is saving Portland and keeping Damian Lillard. I learned that Rick Carlisle and Jason Kidd, and Rick Carlisle is the first time, he's the first coach ever to, coach a team and be on a team
Coach a team and play for a team.
and play for a team, something like that. Like he has like a unique relationship with Jason Kidd. So he's a part of that 2011 championship run with J Kidd, Terry, what's his name, Jason Terry. You're saying like Dirk Nowitzki, obviously, when they beat the Heat in the finals. So he coached Jason Kidd.
Okay.
And,
oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for those who may not know, Jason Kidd was also a Dallas Maverick. He was drafted by them, and within 1 year, he got traded to the Suns. And for what's his name? Steve Nash.
Steve Nash, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And he went back and won the chip though with them. So.
Yeah, he went back and won the chip. You know what I'm saying? But they had bad terms. That's what I was getting to.
Yeah.
Him and Mark Cuban, they had bad terms when he left after saying that he was going to re-sign with Dallas. He left to go play for the Knicks. And but they smoothed that over and whatnot. But
Rick on the miss, then you only needed.
It's all good. But Rick Carlisle said that Jason Kidd is the best person to help this team, and I agree with him.
So the Jason Kidd. Yeah, you know I'm going. Yeah. So the Jason Kidd hire, I think is a good hire for the Mavs. I just feel I do, however, feel like it's almost like you're getting I don't know, right? Like, okay, so if you figure who would be the best possible person to coach a guy like Luka, it would be, you know, Jason Kidd, right? Because you know, clearly Jason Kidd is you know, that type of guy. I don't know. I mean, listen, only time will tell will you know, whether that helps or hinders. I just don't. I have no issue with Jason Kidd as a player. I just feel like as a coach, it's not that great.
Yeah, his record doesn't really show.
It does not that great.
He doesn't have a winning record, at least.
No. And he did have one infamous moment.
Playoff experience too.
He had one infamous moment, which I just want to share real quick. I mean, and if he does, you know, if he does this, hold on a second, where is this shit at? There it is. I just want to share, you know, okay, it's on the screen, right? I just want to share a moment. This is the moment that he's known for the most, right here. This right here. Oh man, wait, let's go back. All right.
Transition, just over 8 seconds remaining. Nets have no timeouts remaining. 8 points.
So if you didn't know what's going on, he had no timeouts remaining, and asked
Jason Kidd
and set up a situation where his player bumped into him.
There is some spillage on the floor.
Yeah, look at this.
Taking a drink and whoa. Ice.
So this is his best moment right here, okay?
Cola.
This is yeah.
I used to do that all the time on purpose.
All right. So even he just what's the name just said it too. But listen, I just don't listen. So Jason Kidd, I mean, to me, besides that moment, I'm just kidding. Besides that moment, Jason Kidd doesn't have. I mean, listen, time will tell if he's the right guy for the team. But remember, he coached Giannis before he was Giannis. They thought that he was gonna make Giannis into some sort of like, you know, LeBron, which everybody tries to duplicate.
Yeah.
You know, then he had the stint at the Nets, and that wasn't so great either.
No.
You know, so we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. I don't think he's proven, but we'll see. Chauncey Billups to Portland, I think is a good move. He's another you know, the guy that's been waiting in the wings for a coaching position.
Yeah.
Facts. So it's good to see, you know, to let him have a chance. See, I'm all about giving the guys that haven't had a chance, right?
That deserve.
I don't like the recycling of all these guys over and over again. Speaking of recycling, the Pacers just hired Rick Carlisle, right? Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, he went. Yeah. So, and that shit is kind of shady too, because they didn't even look like they didn't even interview anybody for that job or whatever.
No.
So really that's where I have the issue. Like, I'm just tired of like the recycle you know, all these recyclable coaches, like every time, like we hardly see new, you know, new blood in
New
coaching,
faces.
whether it's even white or black coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I just, you know what I'm saying? Like we just don't see new coaches, and it's always
Right.
and it's not just with at the NBA, it's with the NFL too.
as well.
You know what I mean? They recycled the same fucking coaches over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why nobody else gets a chance to do anything.
Facts.
But so yeah, the Pacers hire Rick Carlisle as their coach. You know, I guess he got kicked out of Dallas because I guess
beefing with Luka.
Luka ain't want him or whatever. But yeah, he's the coach. He's the coach there. They didn't do any type of, you know, interviewing or look like anything like that. They just hired him out of the blue. So you know, that's just how it goes, man. I just, you know, like I said, I'm all for the new blood. I'm all for like guys like Chauncey Billups, you know, guys that been on assistant, you know, have been assistant coaches for years in spots.
Yes.
You know, that have succeeded. You know what I'm saying? That have succeeded being assistant coaches in spots. And
Sam Cassell.
You know, right. And these guys have been waiting a long time to get these jobs, and then, you know, they don't get a chance because they just recycle the same fucking coaches over and over again. I'm just tired of it.
I feel
you. Let's see where I do want to do. We weren't gonna do the we'll save the jerseys for next time.
Yeah.
Save the jerseys for next time. Let's go into we're gonna shift gears. We're gonna go into our TV reviews for the week.
Yes.
All right. This is Out of Bounds. We don't just do only sports. All right, we're gonna review some stuff too. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna go see Fast. What is it? 9, 10, 9, whatever. Yeah, that Fast, whatever.
Oh, I got a fun fact about that.
I'm gonna go see that tonight, and I'm gonna have a review for that.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a review for that next week.
Cool,
because that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
all the wrong reasons.
Yes. Fun fact: I didn't know Vin Diesel has like executive producing role in this.
Oh yeah, he's been had that.
Yeah, I just learned that.
Yeah, he been.
So now it makes sense to like how this is just. You know, we're watching what we're watching. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say too much because I am going to go see it too. Like
it's like at this point you have to.
You might as well.
You know?
You might as well.
I seen like a clip. I was just talking to Joey about this. I seen the clip. You know, where Tyrese's character and Ludacris' character, they're in space. And I have to know like how they got there, right? Like I have to know like what the fuck.
You can't read about it. You gotta watch it.
How the fuck did they get into space? Like I have to see how this happens. So
you have to watch it.
But that we gonna So once I see that, I'm gonna have a nice review for Out of Bounds next week or Fast 9. But we gonna review Loki.
Yeah.
Disney Plus. We're gonna review episode 2 and 3 as one, you know, connected thing or whatever, and just the overall series so far and what's it mean, you know, in terms of the MCU going forward. And so I'm gonna warn you guys now, if you're listening, if you didn't watch Loki,
ample amount of time, no excuses.
Just tell them.
Comes out on a Wednesday.
God, watch the fucking show. All right. So full spoilers, you know, all that good stuff.
Too bad.
But I'll get I'll let you start. What's your so from episode 2 to episode 3? You know, what's your thoughts and all that?
So from episode 2, I feel like that's when the plot really like we're reaching the climax of the plot, or not even reaching. We're at the climax. You know what I'm saying? This is where they actually figure out how to pinpoint the variant, and you know what I'm saying? They're making connections between the Loki we know and the Loki that we're after. You know what I'm saying? Through thoughts, through feelings, through what I would do if I was this, and I would do this because of that. You know what I'm saying? So they make all those connections, and you know, they get there.
Yeah.
Within the same episode, they get there. You know what I'm saying? And that was good because it's just like, I know how many episodes this is going to be, but now I'm getting a little bit more. I'm getting more than what I expected. You know what I'm saying? Especially more than freaking Falcon and Winter Soldier. So excuse me, and I don't even want to do all of that right now. So all right, episode 2, we get there. Leaves us off with a cliffhanger. Reason why we are talking about episode 2 and episode 3 now. Okay, so you didn't miss anything. Episode 3, Loki he's where he is because of a decision that he made within seconds. You know what I'm saying? Which could ultimately put him anywhere in this series. Like, he could be on the bad side or he can be on the good side. And we may not have any Loki because of one of those decisions. So he makes his decision, and he's finding out more about this variant. And the variant's finding out stuff about him, and I feel like we're getting more of his character, you know what I'm saying, and the potential of what it can be and how it's going to play in, especially especially with Doctor Strange. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's going to be something.
Yeah, I think episode 2 was more, I mean, out of the 3 so far, 2 was my favorite.
Okay.
2 was, 2, like you said, 2 kind of gave us what the overall, plot, but still not even giving us, exactly what was going on, because if you remember, the variant Loki, she set off those I forgot what you call them, the time lapse. Yeah, she sent them to specific places. Now, if if like, so I'm a fiend. So like when I seen, so I went back and I watched the episode again, and if you go back, you push pause on when she sends the stuff, right? She sends them to different places, but they'll show you like where she's sending them on the screen. So the places she's sending them are like places that are big in the MCU. She sent one to Asgard at a particular time. She sent one to Earth. Sent one to So she's sending them to different.
I didn't even pick up on
to
that.
like
Shit. I remember that.
to like main parts of the of the MCU. So I think that so that's kind of intriguing. Just as far as like her whole plot. So from that, it went to, like you said, he made a split-second decision to jump in the portal with her. So this, so the variant goes to the TVA basically, and it starts, fucking them up until they get transported again to that moon in the second episode, where everything is about to, blow up, and then we get the actual, like that episode, wasn't I enjoyed it too, but I don't think it wasn't as great as the second episode. But this episode did a lot of like character building, as far as like you said, like getting more of Loki's character and getting more of the variant too. You know what I'm saying? So we're learning more about the variant, Loki and stuff like that. Also, another big there was like some big reveals in this whole thing.
Yeah, I seen a clip about that.
There was a couple of things. One is that, well, first of all, so this whole series, right? We all know Loki. This is a version of Loki that's from Avengers, so he's not fully. So I always see. I feel like I kind of watch the show with that in mind, because I have to feel like he's not
Ragnarok.
He's not Loki. Ragnarok, right? He hasn't. Those things haven't happened to him yet, so he's still.
He's right.
He's still right. He's still Loki. You know what I mean? So, and this other version of him is also him as well. So, my thing is, like, I don't trust either one of them. I feel like they're both trying. They're both looking for their way to turn on each other at some point. So I don't trust either one of them. So that's kind of where I'm watching it from. I think she's trying to. She's being truthful. You know what I mean? But I think she's looking for an opportunity, because she tried it a few times, and they both tried to pretty much fuck up each other in the the whole time. So I'm watching it with like like I can't trust both of them. So but where I was getting to was she said that. Now, remember early in the season, they were trying to say that the timekeepers created the TVA agents, like those guys, the TVA agents, everybody that works for TVA agents, everybody that worked for the TVA was essentially created by the timekeepers. But what she said was that's not true, and that all those people from TVA are also variants. So I think that's big. So clearly somebody is clearly the TVA ain't what they say they are, and that's a whole bunch of bullshit behind that. So I'm interested to see where that goes, because I know like this whole show is just feels like it's shaping up to have like a bigger effect on everything else.
Ripple effect.
But yeah, that was kind of surprising that she said that they weren't actually created, that they were just variants. So I don't know. I got a lot of theories about what I think is going on. I mean, like I said, I don't know. Marvel, they're weird. Like they'll make you think one thing and then they'll switch it up and do something else. But I got a lot of theories. I think Kang is the one that's like doing all this. Yeah, and I think.
Oh yeah, you speaking about him?
Yeah, I think because he's the next overall big villain of this whole thing, and if you basically go down Kang the Conqueror's history, his whole history is time travel. Everything has this. He basically has to do with time travel and alternate realities and stuff like that. So I do think he's the one that's like. I think a version of him, I should say, is pulling the strings because time travel is crazy. So I think a version of him is doing that or whatever. But I don't know. I love the show.
Yeah.
For me, it's the best one so far to come as far as WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, and then this, right? That's the only ones that's been out.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So this one is by far my favorite show. But yeah, I think it's gonna have like big effect on the whole MCU going forward.
Okay.
I do.
And you think Kang the Conqueror is gonna get?
I think Kang the Conqueror is the one that's like, I think he's pulling all the strings. And then I also feel like there's another version of Loki we haven't seen yet also.
It has to be.
There has to be, right?
It has to be.
Right. So that's where I'm at too. There's
right.
I don't think there's just this one and that one. I think there's another version of Loki, because like if you like, there's certain hints that kind of hint that, like, if you I gotta find it. I'll show you. I don't have it now. I can't think of it now because I have to show you. But there's certain hints that make it seem like either he's already done this before or she's already done this before. So but that's what I think, man. That's what I think as far as but yeah, Loki is on Disney Plus. Go watch it if you haven't watched it every Wednesday. I think it's only 6 episodes. It's a 6-episode series, so it's but on the back end now. The 4th episode should be on this Wednesday. But yeah, go check that out. Loki. That's our review for Loki. We'll once this episode comes back, I think next week I'll do Fast, and then we'll do Loki as well.
All right, cool.
But before we get out of here, anything you suggest on watching? Anything you watching? Suggest on watching?
It's the same as last
same as
week.
before.
Yeah, I haven't added anything new. I'm actually trying to finish up stuff. That way I can, I'm saying I kind of want to start July off, like let that be
with a new show.
Start some new shit. You know what I'm saying? I have to work like that.
Yeah. I hear you. I started I watched you ever seen the show Dave?
Oh yeah, I watched Dave. I haven't watched the second season. Oh shit, yeah.
Second season is on right now. So I started. I enjoyed the first season. First season was funny as hell. The second, I seen the first episode of the second season. It was pretty good. So
all right, cool.
But I'm looking, but that's something I suggest to all listeners if you're listening. That's something. Watch Dave if you into like, I don't know what kind of humor is it. I guess, but it's a. David, it's a weird show. It's good. Like, there's a lot of deep thought into like the overall bullshit of the show. You know what I mean? So, but watch it, Dave, on Hulu FX.
Yeah, it's kind of like ATL, except for just
there you go,
just less realer.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. But yeah, we're gonna I think we're gonna wrap it up with that.
All right.
Yeah, nothing else. Thank you guys for listening. If you're listening, through Facebook, on the Reflex Radio app, thank you for tuning in. If you're listening to us on Apple and Spotify, please go ahead, download the Reflex Radio app. It's free. That way you can listen to us every Sunday. We will be here every Sunday. Looks like we're gonna do it from anywhere from 1 to 3 on the Sunday. And if you are listening to us on the Reflex Radio app, go ahead and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, anywhere else you could get your podcast from. Shout out to Big Fan Breezy again for pulling up in the comments. Knicks versus Nets, those are my guys. Tune into those guys every Friday, 7 to 9. Knicks versus Nets. And tune into all the good shows on Reflex Radio, man. We got a variety of shows. We got a bunch of new shows coming to the network. So tune into all the shows. I'm pretty sure you'll find something that you like. The show's for everyone. And if you want to start a show, get at us. Reflex Radio. We're always looking for talent here. But we're out of here. We're gonna get to we're gonna go home. We're gonna watch these playoff games tonight. And who you got tonight? Before we get out of here, just
I got
prediction. ATL. Got ATL. I got ATL too, man. Ice trade a game, man.
Right.
Ice trade a game. Shout out to Quavo, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, this is Out of Bounds. ROCKO Bay to your highs, man. We about to get up out of here. We'll see you guys next Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Once again, I'm gonna say it again. If you're listening to us on the Reflex Radio app, go to Apple Podcasts, subscribe. Even if you rate us one. I don't give a fuck. Rate us something.
Just rate us.
Listen to us on Spotify also. And if you are listening to us on Spotify and Apple, download the Reflex Radio app and tune into all the great shows there.
Facts.
Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, man. We out of here. ROCKO Man. Out of Bounds, baby.